It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
Coach's Show is brought to you by the law offices of John Day, providing superior legal representation to injury victims and their families. Find out more at johndaylegal.com. Mack Hawks joins us this morning, the head coach of Oakland baseball for many years. I wanted to say for as long as I've was at Oakland, but it has been that long ago. Mack, how many years is this for you?
This will make 37. 37 as head coach.
37?
37.
How time flies.
It does.
Wish you probably felt like you did 37 years ago. How does this grind get to you?
Sometimes it does, but overall it's not bad. Especially during the season. I enjoy the season. So, the off-season things get old sometimes, but once you start playing and competing, it really goes by really fast once you start.
Yeah, I mean it has to, just because of the number of days and the time. But it can be a grind. But if you love doing it, and that's what we're covering state tournament basketball this week, getting ready for spring sports for our broadcast schedule. Basketball season is long, but that was after we did 17 football games. But you concentrate on one season, and so even though it's long, it is what you've known. And
right.
Obviously, if you've done something that long, you like doing it. It's kind of hard to think about what you would do without it.
Well, yeah, when any coach will tell you, you coach because you love the game and you love being around kids and developing players, and when you've done it that long, I mean, it's you do it because you love it, and that's why every coach does it.
Yeah. You even have players that have played for you that are coaches and all over, head coaches. One just a few miles down the street with Brennan King, which I think is really cool, following in the family footsteps.
Yeah, Brennan was a really good player for us, and he has gone into coaching, and he coached with me for a while, and he's coaching his son, getting to do that, and that's I'm sure he's enjoying it.
I'm sure you get the opportunity to talk to former players pretty frequently, with as many kids as you would have coached in 37 years. It has to be rewarding for you to see them come back as, a coach, and, they share with you the family that they're raising, the job that they're doing, how they're contributing to the community. I mean, as an educator, that's what you want to see out of young people. And, baseball is a thing that teaches you a lot of structure, and it's a game that kids love to play. But it has to be pretty cool to see former students come up to you.
Yeah, I tell our current players all the time, one of the most rewarding things about being a coach is seeing players develop, and, guys that you've coached 20, 30 years ago, and seeing them come back and how they've grown into young men, and their jobs that they're doing. We've got players that are doctors or lawyers, coaching professional baseball. We've got just all kinds, teachers, former players that are coaches. It's just great to see. Makes you feel good.
As you approach each year, to me, I think you kind of it was those teams in 99, 2000. You kind of set the bar high, and Rutherford County teams have been trying to step up to that bar ever since. And I think it's elevated baseball here in Rutherford County to, we expect there to be a state champion or a state championship run from Rutherford County just about every year. And that didn't happen every year back in the 90s and early 2000s.
No, it didn't. And, the quality of baseball has just gotten so good. Not only in Rutherford County, but throughout the mid-state. You don't see any bad teams anymore. Mm-hmm. Everybody's very competitive. Everybody's got good facilities, and baseball has just developed tremendously, since I started coaching.
What's the reason for that? Why have we seen, so many kids playing baseball and playing at a high level, and then it's like a facilities race to see who has the best of this and that, which we have the best in the state, if not country, in some of our high schools here.
Well, we do have good facilities, but really, you go everywhere. I mean, the facilities are pretty good. I mean, we're kind of the exception. I mean, around here, you can't go to a field in Rutherford County really and play on a bad field. Coaches, work hard. They do a lot of fundraising for facilities. I mean, it's just part of the job that goes along with it.
That's probably a part of the job that is one of the toughest.
I think so. I mean, definitely, whenever I'm done, the thing I won't miss is fundraising. I mean, I've had to do it over the years. It's just one of those necessary evils. If you want things and you want your kids to have the best, you really have to fundraise. And it's pretty much a year-round process. I mean, we start in August and go through until almost the next August, because we're hosting tournaments all summer since we have turf. And last year we had 100 games in the summer, we had 30 games in the fall, and all that's we're doing all that to help pay for our turf, but it's worth it. I tell you, it's really worth it. I mean, that having that has just made things a whole lot easier.
It probably, I don't know if you had to put a percentage on it. What would you say that percentage is? The number of games that you were able to save or do, despite the weather.
I don't know what percentage, but we don't miss many ball games.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if we miss a ball game, it's usually because we just get so much rain that our outfield may be unplayable, which is very rare, or
it's actually storming during that time.
With lightning that you wouldn't play regardless. So, but as far as we've played baseball games and we've played through rain, so we don't miss many.
Talk to me a little bit about the 2026 Oakland baseball team. Basketball made a pretty decent deep run. I don't know if you had any kids that are playing baseball, and I know Brandon Bassham was talking about he's ready to get his kids back once their basketball season's over, but maybe just kind of take us through the infield real quick.
Well, as far as basketball goes, our basketball team did a great job. Coach Rutland did a fine job with them this year. We do have one player that played basketball, Lane Barron, who was a pitcher, and he just got back this week, and actually came in and pitched last night and did very well for us against a really good Nolensville team. But we're kind of a mix of younger guys. We've got some guys with experience. We've got some inexperience. And, right now we're just trying to find ourselves, especially our pitching. Our starting pitching has been pretty good, but nowadays, you can't expect a guy, especially this early in the year, to go out there and give you seven innings. I mean, we're all on pitch counts. And, we're trying to find guys right now that can come out of the bullpen and give us quality innings out of the bullpen and basically do the job. I mean, but our starting pitching, I've been very pleased with our starting pitching so far.
Mack Hawks is with us. We're talking Oakland baseball. The rubber's going to hit the road here pretty quick when we start district play, but district's a whole lot different this year. The region's a little different. You took on a Nolensville team that, very well may be there come sectional time.
Oh, Nolensville's very talented. And, we've played 3 teams over there in that area, and all of them are very good. But, our district is shaping up different this year, with the 4 teams with us and Siegel and Riverdale. and Rockville, Blackman and Stewart's Creek, Smyrna and Laverne over in the other. But there's some good things and bad things about it. I always liked our district the other way, maybe a little better, but I do like the way that we do not have to play district games so early. We've got, basically a little over a month to kind of find our way and find our staff and our pitching, organize it and set it for district play, which is like the second week of April. And I do like that part of it.
I do think one thing that's changed spring sports is starting the first week of March. Because that's a pretty good gap. If you've got a basketball team, girls basketball, boys basketball that can make a pretty deep run, it's going to be a third of the spring sports season before they're back and ready to play. So, but playing earlier also means, with a smaller district, you can play those games later and still doing 3-game series.
Still doing 3-game series. And yeah, I mean, it's just like, like I was saying about Lane. I mean, he played basketball, but he's doing his pitching and his bullpens on the side. So,
yeah.
It really hadn't affected him any. He's just kind of like everybody else. I mean, he's still on a pitch count, and he's got to work his pitch count up. But as far as getting to work, he did that. He did a good job of that with him, doing it himself. But it's a process.
Are you going to see teams from the other district? I think you've got games coming up with Stewart's Creek pretty quick. Are you going to play the Stewart's Creeks, the Smyrnas? You were playing Smyrna this afternoon.
Yeah, we've got Smyrna today at 3. We've got a 2-game series with Stewart's Creek coming up next week. One of those games is probably going to get canceled on Tuesday, but we'll still be able to play the game on Wednesday. And then we got Blackman at the end of the month, a 2-game series with them. We play 2 games with Smyrna. We do not play Laverne, so just about everybody we're still playing like it was just like district play.
I think Blackman being in that other district is the weirdest of all of the things because we have such a history with Blackman. I mean, they're a rival, and they're in Murfreesboro.
Right. It is a little different for sure.
Yeah. But I think we're going to see plenty of those teams, and I think coaches are making sure that we do. Well, Mack, as always, appreciate you coming in. I know you've got a game today, and it's hard to catch you spring sports coaches to corral you to get you in and to spend some time, but we certainly do appreciate it. And always thank you for making some room for us when we come out and broadcast, even though you think we're a jinx.
Well, I think that changed last year because I think we actually won a game the day y'all were there.
I was trying to see if you'd remember that, before I made my first call to you. So you remember that. That's good. This is a new season, though. You never know what'll happen. Yeah. Mack Hawks, our guest this morning. Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you, and you guys are always welcome. Win or lose, you're always welcome.
We appreciate that so much. Great place to call a game. Great place to see a game. So if you want to go out and see Rutherford County baseball today, Smyrna's at Oakland. It's at
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. All right. Head on out to Mack Hawks Field. All right. Coach's Show brought to you by Parks Auction Company. Let their team of experienced and professionally trained staff utilize the auction process to sell your property. Find out more at parksauction.com.